Good morning. This time, my mic is not muted, but I basically want to get into some things that I think are really missing from Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And this morning, they pretty much dropped this survey asking everybody, if you've played the game, basically your opinions on it and things that they would like to add, whatnot. Please let us know if there's any content from the list below that you would like to see released as additional in-game content. And I was making a video on things that a lot of stuff was missing, and I hope that they implement in the DLC. So very quickly, I'll go over this page, and then I have a tier list, an amazing tier list here that I can go over of things that I feel like should have been added in the base game. But background images or art, I think this would probably just mostly be used for aesthetic purposes. Emotes, yes, there's only 4 in the game for, I think any given character. So having more than 4 is great, because then it really lets you customize it instead of just having all 4 emotes and not liking them. New story or scenarios, obviously, yes. The fact that I think Piccolo and Vegeta did not get Dragon Ball Super Tournament of Power stuff. Fights in their episode battles is kind of disgusting. So yeah, new story or scenarios is amazing to fill on all the ones that they missed, and I'll touch over that too on this tier list. Features or items to increase experience points. No idea if this is just relating to the level increase, because once you hit level 20 you're max, and this is pretty much useless, so I don't like that. Consumable items for recovery or enhancement. This is giving me big, Yajirobe vibes, and I don't like that. I think when they really mean this, though, consumable items for recovery, I think they maybe mean, 1 bar or half a bar, or, those things in Dokkan that we used to use, the little fake sodas that we used to use to heal your health. This is kind of what I'm thinking of when they introduce things like this. It's not like everybody gets a sensu or something like that. Outfits or costumes. Yeah, man, people have been asking for this since before release. And even after release, people are putting out a ton of mods. So yeah, outfits, costumes, skins, universal ones too. Even if you have nothing to put on the Giants or something, just make some universal costumes that could go on anybody, please. Same thing, or I guess this kind of overlaps with the accessories part. Autoplay, I have no idea what this is, but there is already an autoplay feature, and it's called Auto Guard. In my last fight video, you'll see it. There's an opponent I don't fight for I beat the crap out of him down to 1 health bar, and then he just stops. He just leaves his controller. And he's auto-guarding. So there's already an autoplay feature. New areas, maps, or stages. Also get into that with this tier list here. New characters, same thing, tier list. Weapons or equipment. I think this kind of means swords or beams, or the Gammas, how they might have their little, their guns, their weapons to shoot laser beams and blast out of, which should be pretty cool. Soundtrack, yeah, more soundtrack, but obviously, hopefully soundtrack that's not, will not get copyright stricken on all of your videos. I don't want to put a gacha in here because I feel like Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle's already a gacha. I really don't want a Battle Pass or Season Pass. I feel like part of me really wants one. Okay, look. Part of me really wants one. Part of me realizes that this might ruin the game later on, or people will complain about it or something like that. I think if they implement this correctly, it could be good. But let's go over to the tier list. And I have this sorted here in a couple different fashions. This first S tier list here is characters that are in the game already, but do not have these forms or costumes. I'm sure there's a much bigger list I could put together. These were just the guys off the top of my head. I hate fighting Videl. Videl should have her Great Saiyaman 2 outfit. I also hate fighting Bardock. Bardock should have his Super Saiyan transformation. I love playing as Trunks, and he got screwed over. He doesn't have any transformations that are past 7 DP points, and implementing this form would give him one of those, or upping his other form to 7 or something. Frost, base Frost, or final form Frost being in the game and not buff Frost or first form Frost hurts me. I wanted to play as Frieza, and I was like, hey, maybe the Universe 6 guy will play a little bit differently, but kind of give me that same Frieza vibe. No, he doesn't transform into either of these, and he kind of sucks. This A tier here are characters that should have been added or that they can add with what if sagas. So this first line, Demon King Piccolo here. A lot of the Dragon Ball stuff is missing, including a lot of different maps. Kami's Lookout is one of them that I really do miss, and I think they're not adding it, or they might add it later on with some of the Daima stuff, since it kind of has a big relevance. Ice and Nova Shinron, I don't know why Omega Shinron's the only Shadow Dragon in the game. These guys, at a minimum, over the fat slug-looking one or the really gross ones, would be great. Pikkon, obviously some representation for Pikkon here. Just a big fan favorite, knows in the other games. Super 17, well, same thing, in the other games. I really like Super 17, the design-wise and everything like that. Shin, I think they'll put Supreme Kai in with some Daima DLCs along with its brother. I just have him here because look at him. Look at him. Any of the forces, so we have Bardock Squad. This is Cooler's Armored Squadron. But also like Bojack and them. If we're putting the Ginyu Force in there, we're putting these other guys in there as well. Mercenary Tao, just for some more Dragon Ball stuff. I put him here because I really like Tao. I think he could fit really well in the game. And I also think that we need more kind of like one-cost characters. And all Missionary Tao might not be it. I think we could get that with some kind of filler. King Vegeta in the other games. Champa with Beerus being in the game and just being around from Dragon Ball Super for so long, I feel like he should have been in the game. Maybe Vados, maybe. But I feel like that would just be an exact copy of Whis. But I think Champa in there would be really nice. Super Saiyan 3 Broly, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, and Super Saiyan Goku Black. Just regular Super Saiyan Goku Black. I think could all be done in What If stories. And I think that if you want to do forms or things like that for characters that you can't touch, like this hasn't been animated, but since it was in the book, people know are aware of what it is. But since it has not been animated, it cannot be thrown into any of the games. Is my understanding of it. So I think a way around that is just make a new What If where Super Saiyan Goku Black appears. I feel like that'd be such a simple way around it. In Vegeta's story, put these over here. Make a completely separate What If saga. For like a ton of different characters that you want to bring into the game to kind of give movesets and things like that. Now, for maps, over here, B tier, there's a lot more here that I could fill in. I just couldn't find great pictures of them. One being Hell from like all the Budokai Tenkaichi games where you fight Janemba. That with the really big kind of orbs in the back that are very reflective are really nice. Kami's Lookout, obviously. Also, I can see them having some issue with Kami's Lookout because the whole bottom half of it is circular. And I think you're just going to run into issues with players kind of hitting that. But I digress. Glacier should be in there. Kami's Lookout should be in there. Along with the stage for the Universe 6 versus Universe 7, not Tournament of Power, with little exhibition stuff they had. That should also be there. I'm sure there's a ton more that I can't think of right now, but also this here I put for larger tournaments in Sparking Zero, because right now it's just 8, and it just feels so boring. I know, Cat. The cat also sympathized with me. And something else that kind of along with, I'll just throw this in here, along with the bigger tournament bracket, is that I think we need to have custom private matches where I'm able to like mess with all the settings. If I want to put key recharge rate at 2 times, or if I want to start with just max health, no timer, and let me and my friends just fight until one of us is down, that would be a huge help. I think just a lot more customizability for some of these characters and some of the private match stuff will change a lot of the things in the game. Obviously, think that some characters need tuning as far as DP costs, or maybe some skills need to be tuned differently. But for right now, that is everything is missing. I'm going to go ahead and finish the survey and come back with any other important facts for it or any other questions that you might add. And that should do it for this video. But don't worry, there will be more videos in the future, so stay tuned for those.
No chance! Turn it chocolate!